welcome students, parents, administrators, teachers, and staff to the 2019 Moving Update Ceremony for this year's 8th grade class. Now, the class of 2023. My name is Michael Pipa, and I'm the Seneca Towasenta House Principal at Farnsworth Middle School, and I will be honored to serve as your MC for this evening's program. Before we formally begin, I would like to note the location of emergency exits from this facility in that direction and directly behind me. I would also now like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and publicly thank the following people for assisting and preparing tonight's activities. First and foremost, Ms. Kelly Cordy, our Seneca Towasenta House Secretary, for her assistance in our main ceremony preparation. Ruth Ann Burby and members of the FMS PTA for all their help in coordinating so many of the details of this evening's ceremony, as well as for a super job with this year's Mud Dance. Each of our 8th grade language arts teachers and their teams who assisted in the selection process of tonight's student speakers. Mickey Young, our 8th grade advisor. She has helped tremendously with our grade escape planning as well as with the preparation of tonight's speakers. Michelle Crisafulli and Jamie Mullins, our FMS Student Council advisors. They assisted with the organization of our ceremony as well as with the planning for our Mud Dance. Mr. Mitch Parkner and our unbelievable high school custodial staff. I have to tell you that when Kelly and I walked in at about 3:30 this afternoon, 3:30, there were 500 desks and chairs. There were no bleachers. There was no stage. There was nothing. It was an exam site. In less than an hour and a half, they prepared the arrangement you see right now, and I'm still amazed how they did it. Behind me and out of sight, but never out of mind, Mr. Andy Maycock, GHS teacher and coordinator of our GHS Tech crew. This crew is amazing. They set up our multimedia system this evening. They are recording tonight and will edit the ceremony for broadcast on Channel 16, the dates of which we'll announce on our school and district websites. All of our FMS staff who volunteered to be here this evening to celebrate with our graduating 8th grade families, and for the artwork on the front and back covers and interior of our program this evening, I would like to thank Hiawatha students Ava D'Angelo and Xiaofu Gao, Mohawk students Renee Manzella and Abigail Draney, and Towasenta student Jennifer Tsao. Finally, I would like to thank Mohawk student Sonia Jerome and Seneca students Anastasia Berezanski, Kathleen Guo, Ellen Narens, and Olivia Rutherford for their poems in celebration of this Moving Up Day. And now I would like to introduce the esteemed people to my left and your right. Dr. Marie Weil, Superintendent of Gilderland Central School District. Ms. Amy Marilchik, who is Assistant Principal at Gilderland High School. Mr. Neil Sanders, Assistant Superintendent for Finance for the Gilderland Central School District. Dr. Lynn Severance, Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources. Our Board of Education members, Judy Slack. Gloria Toll-Hilt. and Ben Goes. And to my right, your left, our building principal, Mr. Michael Laster. Hiawatha and Mohawk House Principal, Mr. Bill Obie. Speaking for Seneca House this evening, Carson Rittner. Speaking for Tawasentha House this evening, Janine Sao. Speaking for Mohawk, Allie Rice. And speaking for Hiawatha House, Edie Kreifel. Seated next to Edie is the instructional administrator for just about every department I can think of. Reading, social studies, language arts, enrichment, and something else I probably forgot, Mr. Roy Dumar. And our instructional administrator for math, science, and technology, Ms. Bev Bisnet-Jenks. And now I would like our Student Council Secretary, Nevia Crucio, to come lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now I would like to bring our building principal, Mr. Michael Laster, to the podium for his remarks.
So before I start my remarks, there's one person that Mike forgot to recognize. And tonight's a special night because it's the last time we get an opportunity to do this. Mr. Mike Pipa, our Seneca Tawasentha House principal, begins his next chapter in his career, in his life. He's retiring, he's leaving us at the end of the school year. We got some big shoes to fill, but please, let's give him a good William Blackman. There's a tremendous lift to pull this ceremony off. Without Mr. Piper's knowledge and hard work, it wouldn't go so smooth. So thank you, Mike, for all you. Good evening, parents, relatives, friends of all of our 8th grade students. It's an honor to be here with all of you tonight as we recognize and celebrate the conclusion of their Farnsworth Middle School careers. I'd like to begin by thanking all the family members and friends who supported them along their academic journey so far. Completing middle school is definitely easier because of your love and support. I thank you for letting us and our staff be a part of their lives during this very special time. Middle school students have a sense of wonder about the changes that they see in themselves, about the changes in their peer group and in the world around them. They depend on parents, religious, spiritual leaders, and adults that they trust to help them establish the moral boundaries they need to succeed in life. For this reason, it's important that students in middle school have good role models in place to emulate and look up to and try to grow up to be. Thank you, family and friends, for doing such an awesome job so far. There you go. As I've said before, I encourage you to stay involved over the next 4 years. These students will need you now more than ever. They just won't ask you for it. This accomplishment tonight would not be possible without the hard work and patience of all of our K-8 teachers and staff. They build the foundation for learning in all of our students and instill a sense of curiosity for all of them. They form positive, trusting relationships with kids so that they feel a sense of belonging in all our schools. Our teachers and staff smiles, their patience, their advocacy for our kids is impressive. We're privileged to work with such great people. Our students here before us have definitely benefited from their excellence. Along with our students, our FMS teachers and staff are the heart of our school community and what we do. They're committed to our mission and philosophy of creating an exciting, an inclusive, and a challenging learning environment for middle-level adolescents. The shared decisions that we make together, based on the seven essential elements of middle school, keep us focused on educating the whole child, which is really important, and we know it. This is one of the reasons why we're proud to be a Schools to Watch. Our staff members recognize and embrace the fact that teaching a middle schooler is really special. It's difficult, but really special. The middle school student experiences an acceleration of growth and development in their life in the 3 years with us that they haven't seen since earlier in their lives. They look for relationships between lessons and new knowledge and life that they're going through, and they desire to be actively involved in how they learn. They also begin to clarify and challenge others' ideas and discuss their thoughts and opinions with others. They can be sensitive and sometimes easily offended. Moody at one moment, happy at another. They're curious about the world around them and they need time and space to explore it safely. I'm honored to work alongside the educators who make that happen each and every day for all of our kids. They truly love middle school children. Please join me tonight in applauding them and their efforts that have definitely helped these 8th graders reach their social and emotional potential. And finally, good evening, and welcome to our current 8th grade students, future graduating class of 2023. That sounds crazy to say, I gotta tell you. This night has been 9 years in the making. It's required your focus, your hard work, and your commitments. Everyone here tonight enjoys to celebrate with you and cherish the moment. Our responsibility as a school district is to empower all of you to succeed in whatever you choose to do. At FMS, we've attempted to help you we've tried to help you guys who sit before us grow your wings that you need to soar after you leave us, and we try to help you strengthen your roots in our communities. One thing that all the students in this class share is the positive impact they've made on the people at FMS. This class has been great. Many of us have shared in their successes and occasional failures. Many memories have been worthy of repeating, and many others have already been forgotten. These young men and women have surprised us, they've made us proud, and now we know that they are ready to embark on the next phase of life, high school. Students, we're going to continue to try to offer you some advice. However, the time is near when you'll be able to exercise all that you've been taught so far. We know that you're ready for this independence. Remember, though, that your accomplishments were fostered by the individuals that you've interacted with so far in our K-12 community. Your relationships, your experiences, have helped you become the thoughtful and empathetic people who sit before us tonight. Years ago, in a graduation commencement address at Wellesley High School in Massachusetts, an English teacher by the name of David McCullough Jr. said to students, "You're not special. You are not exceptional." I disagree a bit with his assessment and observations, though. In my opinion, all of you have the foundation, the values, and the ability to excel in whatever you choose to do in high school. This is special. This is exceptional, because there's other 8th graders in this world who don't have the freedom, or the opportunity that you will all have starting this fall. The next transition in your educational career is going to be meaningful, difficult, and important. The opportunities presented in high school will force you to make choices. These choices will dictate what your high school experience will be. Most importantly, though, it will prepare you for life after high school. These choices come with great consequences and great responsibility, and sometimes unpredictable consequences. My hope for you is that the next 4 years are filled with nothing but positive choices and the resulting positive consequences. My advice for you is to choose right. Think about what your loved ones would say if they're standing right next to you, and always trust your instincts. They're usually right. The learning habits that you've developed at Farnsworth will help you achieve your goals and current successes. We hope you build upon this foundation and continue to create, innovate, ask questions, and share those experiences with peers and adults throughout the high school. I know that the high school faculty and staff will guide you in the development and application of new skills and knowledge. Trust them. They'll provide you with learning options that are exciting and aligned with 21st century skills. These are the skills needed to succeed in life after high school, in whatever you choose to do. Take advantage of those opportunities and choose to maximize the next 4 years. It's been great to observe many of you flourish in our middle school. We appreciated your enthusiasm and energy. We now look forward to watching you grow as successful high school kids. Be a class that is willing to work hard to achieve your goals and improve the community. Be mindful of others, be respectful, and always remember those that are less fortunate. Every now and then, put your cell phone down. Take a tech break. Talk to somebody. Avoid and block those inappropriate posts. And stop the negative social media chatter when it comes your way. Always defend the students. Always defend those students who are not in the popular crowd, those who may be getting teased, or those students who are struggling with something. Be an ally, not a bystander. That's what we taught you at Farnsworth. Now it's time to apply it. I thank you for allowing me to be the privilege of your principal, and now look forward to hearing about the positive impact that you'll bring to others. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lasser. Now I would like to bring to the podium Assistant Principal at Guilderland High School, Ms. Amy Harilchik, to make her remarks.
Thank you, Ms. Spiker. Good evening, and congratulations to the class of 2023 and to your family and friends who have supported you along the way. It is an honor for me to be able to congratulate you tonight and be the first to welcome you to Guilderland High School. I look around and I see in front of me a group of students who are ready to take that next step. And for the challenges and the successes of high school, whether you feel ready or not, here they come. I am often asked what the secret is. How do you do well in high school? How do you succeed? What are your tips? Help me out. So that's why I'm here tonight. In my home, we have 3 rules. And if you follow those 3 rules, you'll make it. Try your best, listen to your teacher, and don't forget to have fun. These 3 rules apply to everything from life at home, to sports, to music, to classes at school, and even to social media. They will equally apply when you come to GHS, whether you're walking into a classroom, onto the soccer field. Try your best. We are here to help you bring out your best. And you are here to let us know what your best is on any given day. You are walking into a school with teachers who understand that our best is different every day. Rule number 2, listen to your teacher. Your teachers are here. They'll they'll give you the recipe for success if you listen. They'll not only teach you global studies and algebra, but they'll give you the tools to be successful in every area. And number 3, have fun. High school can be a lot of fun. When you follow those first 2 rules, you'll have fun. Not just in your classes, but in the hundreds of ways that you can get involved when you walk through here in September. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. I hope you follow these rules for summer vacation too. Now, those are only my rules. You can look to others who have seen success in all areas of life and will also give you a lot of advice and other rules to follow, and they can also be applied to your efforts. So some popular rules that you can hear, they might be, don't be great, but just be consistently good. It's really great to get involved, but don't overextend yourself. Don't feel like you have to do everything in order to be successful in high school. Expect the unexpected. That pop quiz will happen. So when it happens, expect it and roll with it. Be flexible. As the Boy Scouts say, be prepared. Come to school prepared to learn. That means get a good night's sleep, even though you need to wake up really early. Eat breakfast at home or here at school. The only thing to fear is fear itself. You belong here. And you don't have to be worried, we've got your back. Fake it till you make it, don't listen to this one. That's the one piece of advice I don't want you to hear. Just be you. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going, you're going to face some challenges, and you're going to keep going. Use the resources and help all around you, and just keep going. If at first you don't succeed, try again. There are very few things that work right the first time. Imagine if we were all still using the iPhone 1. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and not get it right. High school is a place where mistakes are made, and we learn from them. All right, that was a lot. It was a lot of the rules. It was a lot of advice. And we're here as a team at GHS. We take them all and we boil them down to 2 hopes for you in the class of 2023. You will hear them in September, so I'm going to give you a sneak peek tonight. The first one is be kind. We ask you to be kind to others. We ask you to be kind to yourself. We're going to challenge you to be kind even when it's hard. We're going to challenge you in classes, in the hallway, in social media. Sometimes it's going to be as easy as saying good morning to us in the hallway as we walk past you. Other times, it will be a challenge. I'd like you to take a moment right now to think about a time when you had a conflict with somebody else. A time when someone did something that made you upset, disappointed you, or even made you mad. Now, I'd like you to think about what happened next. How did you handle that? What assumptions did you make about the other person and their intentions? When we challenge you to be kind, that challenge is presume that others around you are trying their best on any given day. You will have moments, I guarantee it, where others around you make choices that you don't understand or you don't agree with, or they say things that are hurtful. And when that happens, instead of judging them, for a moment, presume that they're trying their best on that day. The next 4 years is a time where people will amaze you and they'll help you through struggles, but they will also frustrate you and disappoint you. The difference will be how you approach them, how you approach that disappointment, and what assumptions you make. In those moments, we challenge you to be kind. So be kind is number 1. And number 2 is aim to leave GHS a better place than you walked in here tonight. As you take tours at the end of August and come to orientation in September, look around. The classes who came before you left a legacy for you. A couple years ago, we reinstated the homecoming dance. We formed a pep band. We brought sources of strength here to Gilderland. Every year, we challenge our classes to leave this school better than when you entered. You will spend more than 5,000 hours here over the course of the next 4 years. That's a lot of time. It's your school. Around every turn, there will be choices. about how all those hours will be spent. And know that every day when that alarm goes off nice and early, a new chance comes to be kind and to make this school great. It's your school. Your school to succeed here, your school to improve for you and for those who come after you. So I hope I gave you a few things to think about tonight and to remember when you arrive in September. The next 4 years are yours to define. Again, I wish you and your families here tonight congratulations. I look forward to seeing you in September.
Students, today marks the end of the middle stage of your educational journey and the beginning of your high school career. Feel proud, and know how proud we are of you. Perhaps the best way to capture what many of you may be thinking and feeling would be to hear from the classmates you've chosen to speak for you this evening. Please welcome to the podium Janine Sau, who will speak on behalf of Kawasenta AC. And before we do that, let me bring our co-presidents of Student Council, Thaddeus Rockhill and Adrian Cummings, to the podium.
Welcome Superintendent Dr. Rouse, administrators, staff members, family, friends, and class of 2023.
My name is Adrian Cummings.
And my name is Thaddeus Rockhill, and we are the Student Council co-presidents, and we're honored to be part of this amazing Moving Up Day ceremony.
What's up, fellow classmates? Today is a very important day in our lives, but as Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn said, the ability to speak does not make you intelligent. And he is right. We have a lot more learning to do before the teaching is over. And it's not just with school. We will be learning our whole lives, and right now, we have only just finished part of our school career.
And we have done a lot to improve the school in just 1 year. To start, we got the school to put in urine dividers over the summer in the boys' bathrooms in the stalls that don't already have them. So yeah.
Also, we were able to get the school to participate in the Great Kindness Challenge of 2019 this year. Lots of people made kindness grants, and it was a great time for everyone. We had to deliver kindness grants for weeks because so many people participated.
This year, we have rolled over money for a class skip. We decided to do a long-term project of creating an outdoor learning center, which students can use to get out of the hot classroom and enjoy the outdoors. One thing that has made an everlasting impression on me is Farnsworth Middle School. Our time at this school has been great for all the students in this gym. I hope the changes we made make a lasting impact on all of you.
So before we clear up, we just wanted to add something earlier. Could all the staff and administrators for the Illinois District please stand up? We would just like to thank them for making our whole life easier, so thank you. We hope you all have a great summer. Let's go, class of 2023.
And now, let me welcome to the podium from Kawasenta AC, Janine Sau.
School, but sad to leave the place where we ride the struggle bus together. The place that we were wowed by the vocal talents of the teacher, who teaches the subject with the longest distance from music. The place where we build our literacy skills, the place that names just keep coming, the place where we throw and catch snacks, and the place that memories were created. It is also the place where the G word is forbidden in one class. Can you guess what the G word is? We are not allowed to talk about our grades. Why? Because grades are important, but grades do not define us. Well, if a number doesn't define us, then what does? Dumbledore tells us that it is our choices that show what we truly are. It is the choices that we make that define who we are. Let me tell you a story about choice making. We were reenacting World War II. We put together an elaborate array of trenches made from desks and chairs, and used paper and wiffle balls to try and destroy our enemies. Just being hit by a single fleck of paper meant that you were done, out of the game. The purpose of this activity was to show how difficult it was to get from one trench to the other. Well, the purpose was well achieved. Not one person made it across, except for a certain student. Almost. While the rest of us were trying to dodge shiny pieces of paper and maneuver around barbed wire, this student chose to walk around the entire classroom, away from all the obstacles. But just as she was about to set foot on the enemy trench, she was tragically hit by a piece of paper. Although she did not make it all the way across the room, she was still the closest. What is the lesson that we can learn from this story? Don't blindly follow the crowd. Dare to be different. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." When we choose to be different, when we let our hearts guide us, when we choose to take our own path, we will be the best person that we can be. Fortunately, FMS is in the best place for us to be ourselves. Thank you, our teachers, our administrators, our staff members, and most important of all, our parents and our family members for guiding us on this journey to be our best. Fellow class of 2023, let us choose not to blindly follow others. Let us choose to be kind. Let us choose to be humble. Let us choose to make a difference. It is true that we do not need magic to make a change in the world. We have the power within ourselves. Discover the greatness within us. Be ourselves. Be our best. Let's cherish the memories that we've created together at FMS, and together we will be making new memories in the high school. And above all, let's continue to laugh, to have fun, and to be happy.
Thank you, Janine. At this time, I would like to introduce Allie Rice, representing Mohawk 8B.
Welcome, faculty, staff, students, and parents. My name is Allie Rice, and I am honored to be representing Mohawk House this evening. We are here to celebrate and acknowledge all the hard work and effort we have put into middle school. These endeavors have prepared us to successfully face the demands of high school. As Dr. Seuss once said, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." This is a challenge to keep in mind in the moment as we end this chapter here at Farnsworth Middle School. All my teachers have pushed me to be the student who is standing here today. This year, the 8th grade core teachers have held me to high standards while driving me to do my best. Ms. Young has encouraged us to become better writers. I hope this is apparent through my speech. Ms. Young, you are the reason I accomplished this. Not just writing a speech, but you are also the reason I am presenting it today. Mrs. Blanchard, your passion and enthusiasm for science has inspired us to be diligent and rise to any challenges coming our way. You taught us that hard work, not to mention hours and hours and hours of homework, will lead us to success. Miss Bean, your ability to differentiate plots you in a different quadrant. We will use the skills you taught us throughout high school and beyond. Mr. Austin, your teacher tolerance may be low at times, but you taught us everything we need to know about American history, so point taken. Senores Gorka, Ostrout, Dugan, Cairns, Rockwell, and Casasola, Madame Ba and Coons, Senor Sorley, and Fraulein Broder, you stamped our passports to Spain, France, Italy, and Germany. You not only taught us the languages, but you gave us insights to cultures, traditions, and lifestyles. A personal shout out to Mr. Corbett for setting me on an engineering path at Gilderman High School next year. As amazing as all our teachers are, our friends have made middle school, especially 8th grade, unforgettable. Together, we have shared so many wonderful experiences. In April, a group of students traveled to Washington, D.C. While there, we saw amazing sights, learned about historical facts, and experienced new places. We participated in competitive yet fun dodgeball games, forming alliances to raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We danced the nights away to our favorite songs at the Snowball and Mud dances. We traveled from Troy to New York City to experience the theatrical performances of The Hound of the Baskervilles and Wicked. During the 8th grade trip to the Great Escape, we expected to enjoy the thrills of the Sasquatch and then relax on the Adventure River, but unfortunately, the weather had its own plans. However, we made the best of the day by riding a few rides, playing carnival games, and literally dancing in the rain. We did all of these things while making new and lasting friendships. Our incredible friends and teachers have helped us to create the most memorable times as middle schoolers. Our teachers have supported our peers in so many events that have demonstrated our interests and talents. It reveals who we are as people and what we want to do, all while showcasing our abilities. The talent show enabled students to express their aptitudes in areas ranging from dancing to singing, taekwondo, gymnastics, rap, piano, and even kung fu. Actors and actresses awed us with their performances en masse. There have been concerts and NISMA performances for the outstanding musicians in band, orchestra, and chorus. Our intellectual peers stimulated us with their proficiency in the geography and spelling bees. Artistic exhibitions of paintings, drawings, and sculptures inspired us at the art show. The vocalists amazed us with their melodic melodies in the chorus and select choir. Athleticism was demonstrated through a variety of school sports throughout the year. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to opportunities here at Farnsworth. Whether we personally participated in these activities or we just cheered on our friends and peers from the sidelines, we all shared in these memories that we created together. Ellen DeGeneres tells us, follow your passion, stay true to yourself, never follow someone else's path. Unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then, by all means, you should follow that. Now, as we turn the page to the next chapter of our lives in high school, we should take these memories and experiences and use them to look forward, to set new goals, to dream new dreams, and to see what lies beyond. Thank you, and let's do this class of 2023.
And now speaking on behalf of Hiawatha 8A, Edie Kreifels.
Good evening, administrators, families, teachers, and class of 2023. My name is Edie Kreifels, speaking for Hiawatha. I haven't always been a go-go kid. I didn't grow up with summers at Corner Ice Cream and weekends at Costy's Mall. It wasn't like I was deprived of shopping the ice cream. I just got it all 3,000 miles away. Until I was 7 years old, I lived in Portland, Oregon. I went to creative science school, and every shop around town had a Keep Portland Weird sticker on the outside window. I thought it was where I would be my whole life, but then it wasn't. In July of 2012, my parents told us we were moving, that I had 2 months to pack up and say goodbye to the only life I had known. The news was devastating. My mind was a twister, picking up every thought and spinning it around my head, but not one made any sense. I remember making it to my new elementary school in Tempe, Arizona, and crying for hours, every single day, for weeks. I sobbed in a room full of people who were there to help me, but I was still so alone. It was easier to think of Arizona as a rest stop, not a destination. I was going to return to Portland. Then, the second I adjusted to the school, to the people, to the life, my parents sat us down and told us we were leaving, again, but we were not going back home to Portland. The only memories I had of New York were all you could expect from a West Coaster, the Big Apple, where I visited every summer. But what was Albany? Manhattan wasn't the capital of New York. I wasn't ready for another new life. The tears I cried those first few weeks seemed to flood my mind. The only thought left was the hope that it would be better this time. I went to
3rd, 4th, and 5th grade in Gilderland, and I felt the most welcomed I felt anywhere in my life, but it was still different. Everyone else got to wave to their kindergarten teachers when they walked to PE or art, but I didn't. They got to have a collection of red and white yearbooks from every single year, but I didn't. I wanted so desperately to have the same connection to Gilderland that most of the kids around me had, but it was just not there. That part of me was empty. As I reflect on my 3 years at FMS, as I see it all coming to a close, I have a feeling that is hard for me to express. Because here, when I felt lost, or the chaos was too much for me, I knew that everyone around me could understand and relate. When I made all the little accomplishments, I had people beside me making them too. Maybe it was the day I wrote my first walking assignment in Mrs. Fanning's class, or the first time I cried to Mr. Hansen in the middle of the hallway over an algebra test. Or maybe it wasn't anything specific. But FMS became my school. I had the connection with FMS. I have the connection. Through all the memories I've made in the last 3 years, of best friends, school dances, and many meltdowns, it all comes back to Farnsworth. With the other schools that I went to and left, I either crossed the starting line, the finish line, or neither really. Never both. With Farnsworth, I didn't have to share years with anywhere else. I started and I crossed the finish line, just like everyone else, just like a Gilderland kid. Thank you 8th graders for being partners through FMS, and congratulations to those who may just be starting their Gilderland journey. It's all worth it when you find a home like Farnsworth. I look forward to crossing many more finish lines with you as we move on to high school. Thank you.
And now Carson Rittner will speak on behalf of the Seneca 8D team.
Good evening to all the administrators, parents, teachers, and most importantly, members of the class of 2023 here tonight to commemorate this outstanding occasion. My name is Carson Ritter, and I'm profoundly honored to be speaking on behalf of the Seneca 8 team at the 8th grade movie night day. We made it. Our 3 years in middle school just seemed to fly by, just like that. We've built great relationships with the many friends and teachers that have made our 3 years at FMS the most enjoyable way to be. Yet, even with so many encouraging people to support my classmates and me, the books and movies about middle school are negative. For example, The Worst Days of My Life and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. In reality, though, middle school isn't bad at all. We've made memories here, some good, some bad, but they've shaped us to become the capable, smart people we are now. Middle school is a time of transition, an important time of learning. It's a crucial stepping stone that we cannot skip if we hop up every other stair to its class on time. We have gained experience and knowledge that will prevent us from falling apart in high school. Trust me, you are not alone if you've had to stay up late, hours into the night, because you procrastinated on doing something you knew about for weeks. If you said things you didn't mean to, you are not alone. If you are not perfect, you are not alone. None of us is perfect. As Baryshnikov once said, do not make your goal to be the best. Best is a label. It's something someone else decides to be. Better is more personal. As we move on to high school, some things will remain, but many things will change. Our relationships will change, friends might drift apart, but even so, we'll get to focus on ourselves. We'll get to find a new identity that will define us, maybe for the rest of our lives. We have the power to skip classes, turn in our homework late, and fail tests. We can make our time at GHS miserable without involving ourselves, without making our mark, but anyone can do that. What we need to do in high school is focus on making the right choices, ones that we won't regret in the future, ones that will make us better. A very recent example of this was when I decided to try going vegan. After 6 weeks of making thoughtful choices, I went back to my normal way of eating. What I did not realize was that my normal eating habits caused problems that took quite a toll on my mental and physical health. Finally, after weeks of making bad, unhealthy choices, I decided that I'd had enough. What was supposed to be a short-term diet turned out to be a lifestyle change that has me eating differently but feeling much better. The right choice was not obvious, but once I figured out what worked for me and my body, it better for it. But we must all persevere. Give it all we've got. No matter what life throws us, we must roll with the punches. So go make your mark, keep going, and never give up. Never. Thank you.
At this point, I would like to ask our 8th grade chorus members to come up front to the risers. We have the pleasure this evening of being entertained by our 8th grade chorus under the direction of Ms. Shannon DeFranco. for her remarks, Dr. Marie Wiles, our Superintendent for Gilman Central School District.
Thank you, Mr. Pipa. What a pleasure it is to be here, but what a pleasure it is not to follow all these amazing speeches from our students and these musical performances. Talk about feeling tremendous pressure. But it is truly a pleasure to be here tonight and to recognize all of you as you end one chapter of your life and you start the next. So ladies and gentlemen, before us this evening, there are 379 students who have successfully completed the requirements from the New York State Board of Regents and the Gilderland Central School Board of Education to qualify them to come right here next year to GHS. So I want, yes, we can give them a round of applause for that. So I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you and to all of the people in your lives who made it possible. Our amazing faculty, staff, and administration here at FMS, and of course the parents, the grandparents, family members, and friends who are our most important partner in your success. Before we close the ceremony this evening, I want to give this freshman class something to think about as they enter high school in the fall, and perhaps beyond that as well. Over the years, I've learned to keep my eyes open for messages and stories that can provide guidance, perhaps to all of us, that might be particularly helpful to our students, particularly at times like these. The story I want to share tonight was actually spotted by my son when we were visiting a friend on Cape Cod this past November.
No.
I know you're thinking, who goes to Cape Cod in November? Well, the truth of the matter was, it was quite cold during our visit. Too cold to spend much time on the beach, although we did go, and we managed to take a brisk walk, bundled up like Eskimos. But it was so cold, we sought refuge in one of those kind of nifty shops on Cape Cod that sells the kind of things that we ladies like to go look at, with decorations for walls and such. And my son Ben found a giant wall hanging that told a story that he thought I would like, and he was right. Just so you know, I didn't buy a big wall hanging, but I did take a picture of it. Just last week, I stumbled upon the photo among the 4,000 or so photos I have on my cell phone. And I took it as a sign that maybe I should share that story with you all tonight. So here it is. It's called The Tale of Two Wolves, and it goes like this. One evening, an old Cherokee told his grandson about a battle that goes on inside people. He said, "My son, the battle is between two wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, envy, jealousy, doubt, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, forgiveness, truth, compassion, and faith." The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, "Well, which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." I share this story with you because I know in 4 years ahead, you will have lots of new opportunities and new experiences in the academics, the arts, athletics, and other extracurricular activities. I also know that you'll be beginning to think about how your high school experiences will position you for what comes beyond that. You might be worried about grades and about what you will do after high school, whether it's college or the military or the world of work. But as you enter high school, I want to encourage you to think just as much about doing good, and about being good to your family, to each other, to your teachers, to every single person you meet at GHS, and to all you encounter here in social media. These tools are very powerful, and they can so easily be used to feed the forces that are not good for you or for our school community. As Mr. Lasker said, please use them wisely, and from time to time, turn them off. Talk to the people around you. In September, you will be entering an amazing school. Gildenland High School is recognized locally and at the state and national level as being a high school of considerable distinction, a place where students prepare to succeed in college, in careers, and in life. I hope it's a place where goodness is valued and practiced and fed. So I'll wrap up by offering my congratulations to all of you, our new freshman class, the class of 2023, for the accomplishments that you have made. Congratulations all, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Wiles, for your words of wisdom. Finally, this evening, I would like to invite Mr. Lasker to return to the podium for the recognition of graduates by house.
All right, class of 2023. We are confident that your day is now and you're destined for great places. Enjoy it. Work hard towards your goals and have fun along the way. You only get to do high school once. Remember, a successful freshman is a successful graduate. Choose to be one. Mark Twain wrote, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. Explore, dream, and discover. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to the future graduating class of 2023 by their respective houses. So, please, when I call your name, 8th graders, please rise and be recognized. Be recognized. Let's start with our 8th graders from Towasenta. Please stand and celebrate. Congratulations, Towasenta. All right, and now we'd like to recognize all of our 8th graders from Hiawatha House. Please stand up and recognize these awesome kids. Working our way towards the front, how about a big shout out for Seneca House? Congratulations, 8th graders! And now, last but not least, the Mohawk AP team. On behalf of all of us at Farnsworth, we'd like to thank you all again, parents and family members who've contributed to their success so far. Thank you for joining us this evening. Mr. Piper's going to take us out.
Eighth grade graduates, before you leave tonight, please make sure we just have a couple of small tokens of our love for you, but they also commemorate this important occasion, our little commemorative keychains for the class of 2023 and your copy of our panoramic photo of our 8th grade class. On your way out, please make sure you take one of these. Have an awesome evening. We love you. We're so proud.